So basically, these spooky stories are from Reddit. So they're not like real spooky stories, I guess. And this will be posted. Well, this is recorded on the 28th, but this is going to be posted on the 31st. Halloween, along with a Halloween edit. So this is going to come out the same time as a short. So you can check that out after this video. Okay. The first story is Humans Can Lick Too. And it's on Reddit by FitSally5288. Well, let's read the reviews first. Someone cried for weeks over this story. Oh wait, so this is like a real spooky story, but I guess someone reposted it. One night, there was a girl and her parents left her home alone because they had to go out. They thought she would be okay home alone for one night because she had a dog to protect her. They told her they would be home in the morning, so they left. What? They told her they would be home in the morning, so they left. The girl locked all the doors and windows, but one, this is written like so badly, but one, it was very hard to push down the lock, so the girl left it. So, a door was really hard to lock, so she left it unlocked. She said it'll be fine and went upstairs. She got ready, brushed her teeth, etc. And then she lied in bed. She put her hand down near the bottom of her bed, and the dog licked it, so she knew she was safe and went to bed. She woke up at around 3 a.m. and heard a dripping sound coming from the bathroom. She shook it off and thought it was the faucet, and she said to herself it needs to be fixed. She put her hand down again and let her dog lick it and went back to sleep. So I think the dog's probably like licking her finger for like the bone. She woke up at 4:30 a.m., so 1 hour and 30 minutes later, and heard the dripping again, and she got up to go fix it. Then when she walked in the bathroom, she saw her skin dead dog hanging in the bathroom, and written in the dog's blood was "Humans Can Lick Too." Oh, ew. That's disgusting. So basically what that is I'm going to paraphrase it because that was written really badly. Basically a girl was home alone and she left one door unlocked. And there was a dripping noise in the bathroom, but she didn't think to go get it, and she felt her dog licking her finger. But then she realized that it wasn't her dog because her dog was dead in the bathroom. So it was actually some human. And it said humans can lick too because there was a human licking her finger. I'm gonna rate that a 10. No, that's like an official story, so I guess it's not that bad. It's just written very badly. But I feel like the official thing would be like on the scare level, like 6 out of 10. It's not really scary. It's just that someone's licking you, someone licking me isn't very delightful. Actually, and this one is original. Oh no, this was an urban legend, but a lot of people are saying this might be from Supernatural, which is a movie, but apparently it's just an urban legend by yo_hoodie on Reddit. So basically a girl, let's name her Melissa. She's a college student and decided to go to a party. So she told her roommate at her dorm that she was going out. Her roommate said okay and that her boyfriend is coming over. So at 2 a.m., Melissa comes back and hears a lot of noise in the dorm. So she decides to wait a little bit outside in case she was going to interrupt anything. So after an hour, Melissa decides to... Am I saying it wrong? So after an hour, Melissa decides to put headphones on and not turn on the lights and go to bed because she was super drunk. So she went in the room and slept. In the morning, she wakes up to her roommate brutally murdered on the floor with blood written, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the lights?" That's like a 6 still on the scare scale. So basically, Melissa wasn't home, and she thought she heard a lot of noise from inside, and she thought her roommate and her boyfriend were doing something different. But she was actually dead. So, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so these next ones are going to be a little bit longer. So, I'm going to get some to drink. No. Alright, so since this is a Halloween video, I'm going to be wearing my Halloween costume, which is Shrek. I couldn't find the beanie, but it's okay. Okay, so this is called The Belly of the Earth. And this one's actually really well written. And it's good grammar and stuff. They're close, Joanne whispered, his voice barely rising above the scrape of our shovels. Shut up, Lucas growled, his breath labored. Dig. Anyway, I think they're like digging a body, or digging a grave or something. The darkness pressed in from all sides. Our lantern had long since died, leaving us in thick, choking blackness. The only light came from our ragged breathing, the only guide the enemy's relentless digging. Huh? The sound had become louder. They were just beyond the wall, inches away. Joanne stopped. Do you hear it? They're not here yet, Lucas snapped, swinging his pick. They said that charge were dead. So dig. My fingers ached on the wooden handle, slick with sweat. I could hear it too. The scrape of picks on the other side, the low murmur of Turkish voices. They knew we were coming. The earth beneath us thinned with every stroke. If this is like a war thing, that's crazy. What if Joanne began, but Lucas cut him off. We don't stop. His voice was hard, but beneath it I could hear the fear. Okay, what I don't get is why the narrator isn't saying anything and not doing anything. Wait a minute. What if they're like a spectator? What if they're like a spy or something? The tunnel felt tighter. The air was thick, heavy with damp earth. I couldn't breathe right, couldn't get past the pounding in my head. Their digging stopped, sudden and sharp. They've stopped, Joanne whispered, panic rising. Lucas froze. Get ready. Wait, who's digging, bro? Is it Lucas or not? Oh, they're both digging. Never mind. The silence that followed was unbearable. We stood in the dark, listening, waiting. My heart raced, pounding in my ears. The enemy was just on the other side, waiting too. Then the wall ahead burst open. A man lunged through the dirt, a silhouette against the brief flash of steel. The tunnel erupted into chaos. Lucas roared, swinging his pick, connecting with a sickening crunch. The sound of his bone breaking echoed in the confined space. Help us, Joanne screamed, scrambling back. Another figure came through, then another. Hands reached out, grabbing, pulling. I swung blindly, feeling the weight of the body slam into mine. We crashed to the ground, grappling in the dirt. His breath was hot against my neck, the stink of sweat and blood filling the air. I fought to breathe, my hands scrambling for something, anything to push him off. The darkness consumed everything. The sounds of the fight were all around. Grunts, the dull thud of fists on flesh, the scrape of metal on stone. I felt my hand close around a rock and I swung. It connected with something solid. The weight on me shifted, went slack. But I couldn't see. I couldn't tell if it was Joanne, Lucas, or the enemy. Someone groaned. Then silence. Lucas, I whispered into the dark. Nothing. This was made 4 days ago by Noelville. Short, scary stories. This isn't really like horror. It's not really Halloween. It just seemed interesting, but I think it's against I think it's like a war thing. Which, here's another thing with dogs for some reason. My dog sees something I don't, and it's also a little longer. Okay, no one commented on this one, which is weird. This is by Jake is Very Cool 4 days ago on Short Scary Stories in Reddit, and it's also really well written, I feel. This was our usual path, a long windy stretch of dirt through some trees. Standard dog walking. Usually Cleo would stop and sniff the same tree she'd peed on countless times before, but this time she just stayed still. Wait, is this like a real thing? Looking up. I squinted my eye. Wait, did I read this part? She just stayed still, looking out past a few trees. I squinted my eyes, but as the winter night crept in overhead, it was hard to see anything past the tree line. I didn't hear anything either. The woods were scarily silent. I tugged at the lead. Or lead, I don't know how to say it. I'll say leash. We were almost back home now, and even if the young black Labrador wasn't tired, I was. Eventually, she gave up her curiosity and continued, still looking back every few seconds. We walked another few minutes until she stopped again, this time tugging hard against the leash. Her eyes perked up high and her tail wagged much more excitedly now. I still saw nothing. "Cleo, come on," I called. "Cleo." Cleo is a good name. Her ears twitched to the sound of my voice before pointing back toward the woods. I pulled again at the leash, but she fought against it, trying to get closer to the woods. I remembered all the dog training videos I'd been recommended about not allowing your dog to get their way and readjusted my hand to pull on the leash again. But Cleo must have felt the leash slacken and took her chance, sprinting towards whatever seemed to catch her attention. "Cleo," I shouted, running towards her, turning on my phone flashlight to navigate the dark woods. I tried to keep up, but she was very quick and I almost lost sight of her, until she halted in her tracks at a small opening in the trees. I reached her, gasping for breath, and took hold of the collar. "We're going back," I huffed, and pulled the leash without awaiting any response. Cleo held strong still and barked. Oh, this has 33 upvotes. Sorry, just wanted to say that. Kind of strange that there's no comments, but I think, yeah, whatever. She barked again. Wait, no. I turned confused. Cleo never barked, not even at little shh. I don't think I could say that because I might get demonetized. But little SH dogs. Ew, no, stop. Now it sounds like I'm saying self-harm. S-word dogs that wouldn't stop barking at her. She barked again, and it was then I realized she wasn't barking at me. Some leaves fell nearby, and she barked up at the tree they had fallen from. Then some more fell from the next tree, and she barked again. Then again, only this time I heard something too. A twig snapped above, then another louder, then another closer. They were so close I could hear them over Cleo's now continuous barking. Light filtered through the gaps between trees, but as I tried to see what was above something, they forgot a comma. As I tried to see what was above, something blocked the light. This creature stopped moving as if it realized it was caught. I could only see a vague silhouette past the almost non-existent sunlight. An enormous furry body lurched forward. A face emerged. Oh, a furry then. Also covered in fur, with two unblinking eyes and a mouth with pursed lips looking down at me, casting a shadow on its prey. As Cleo continued to bark, I realized that the lips weren't pursed. The creature was whistling, and not for me. So maybe the creature was whistling for more reinforcements or something. That's not scary at all either. That's like a 5. No, it's not, like a 6. Because it's basically just a dog, or like a creature, which is probably a furry. Alright, next we have, and I'm saving the best for last, obviously. This one, she swears her father is outside, which I feel like looks more scary. Oh shoot. Oh wait, this is kind of short too, and this is also really well written. There's 168 upvotes, and the comments say there's good twists, a great ending, a great closing line, and a fantastic twist. Okay. She swears her father's outside. Made 5 days ago. Short scary stories on Reddit. Shadow Requiem is the username who wrote it. My daughter can't sleep. Neither can I. Tonight, she raced into my room, dragged me out of bed, and pointed to the window. She said, crying and shaking, the man outside looked just like her. She looks like a man? I grabbed her by the shoulders, led her back to bed, and tried to calm her down. I reminded her that her father died when she was a baby. The man outside looked nothing like him. She had absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of, bro. It's a man, bro, outside. It's kind of... It took a lot of coaxing. Am I saying that right? I don't think I'm saying it right.